Today, we have a very nice and special guest because it's the first postdoc that we have in this show. How do you feel about that, Isa?
I'm very excited. This is going to be a new territory, so very excited.
Yes, I'm so excited. So let me introduce you to Dr. Pedro Santos. He's from Brazil, and he is currently doing a postdoc in the Vincent Doyle's lab in the plant pathology department at the Louisiana State University. So welcome, Dr. Santos.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. I'm a very fan, a big fan of your podcast. I watched some episodes. I'm really glad to be here with you.
Yeah. Can you tell us first where in Brazil you're from?
I'm from Rio, and I guess the best city. Brazil.
Okay.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
What is the best city in the U.S.?
Baton Rouge?
Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
No, yeah, I really like here.
You really like it here?
Yeah, it's good.
What is the best city in the U.S. for you? Yeah. No,
Every city has its flaws.
I agree.
Yeah, I don't really know. Have you been? You've visited other places.
Yeah. No, to me, I really love New York, California, Vancouver, Santa Monica, something like that.
Yeah.
It's really
LA
nice.
is good.
But I guess I have something with New Orleans. I really like it.
That's true. Yeah. New Orleans is better than Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
I would have to
Just a joke.
choose.
Yeah, I got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just love Chicago. For me, Chicago is
Yeah.
I like Chicago and Philly.
Yeah.
I just I can see I think that I can see myself living in Philadelphia. Yeah, I don't know why. I
Okay.
just like the energy, the speed.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm from Pennsylvania. I've never been to like
Wow.
ever.
Why not?
I have no idea. I just never had an excuse. I guess.
Where do you go when you are in
Pittsburgh.
Oh, yeah.
Pittsburgh is 6 hours away. A lot of people are like, "Oh, I know people from Philadelphia." Whenever I say I'm from Pittsburgh, and I'm like, "Okay, well, I just love being in a different state." Anyway,
Yes, sorry. So tell us about your current position. Like, what are you doing in soy lab?
Um, I guess the my major role here is to work with genomics population, and we try to understand all the secrets behind uh, a very famous pathogen in soybean called Pseudospora. And long time ago, we believe it was just one pathogen that caused this disease. Now we know that we have different types, different species of disease, but we have two focus. But the one is to compare the populations of agro- agronomic places that we can collect for soybean and the wild populations. And we want to compare all the genomics and compare the genes to see what is going on with all this virulence, virus, pathogens,
yeah,
so forth.
yeah. So, are the wild plants more or less susceptible to fungus than the other?
The thing here is when you call wild populations, is the same fungi colonizing another species of plant that we call phytolactum. It's a common species around the both Central and I guess the South, and causes spots completely different that we saw in soybean, but it's the same pathogen. So we believe that probably it was the first topic and migrate to soybean when the farmers started to.
Right.
And how do you get into this?
Um, um, I guess it was in 2016.
Okay.
I heard about a workshop in Recife about a guy that I knew just reading the articles because the articles I started to work with phylogeny and I didn't have anyone to support me, so I need to learn by myself because my lab is more for plant breeding
Your lab in Brazil at the time.
in Brazil. Yeah.
Okay.
So I try to expand my knowledge and try to understand and learn more phylogeny, looking for courses in many places in Brazil. And I heard about this workshop, was in another state, and I went there and I meet Vincent Doyle. Now this is my E5 supervisor, and changed all my perspective and everything that I learned about phylogeny and computer sciences. He's the way that he make to understand all the formulas was so easy, so genetic, and I try to persuade him like his steps for a long, long time. I send emails when I finish my PhD. So I finished my PhD, do one postdoc. I never had
No, who are
any
you?
reply. Yeah, no, even that,
Not even that.
nothing, nothing. And 2 years ago, he and Dr. Richards and Dr. Sarah from Shama, they opened a position, and I looks like all my background.
Wow.
And I say I should apply.
Yeah.
Maybe this guy
He'll actually
can remember me.
Yeah.
And at the interview, he told me that he remembered it, but I don't think so.
No, why not?
Yeah, probably he was just being polite, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was hired here. Yeah,
So please, how long have you been here?
1 year and 4 months.
Wow.
Yeah, I arrived in like August 2020.
So how is the process when you are searching for a postdoc? Like, yeah, because you were in Brazil at the time, right? So how was the process? You apply? Did you come to the university to have like a presentation, or did you have like a meeting? How was it?
We have two different types because when I finished my PhD, I was trying to apply in Brazil and outside. So outside Brazil, I guess it's more like a job interview. So you send your resume. Sometimes you need to send a cover letter or a motivation letter, something like this. But I guess the most important thing is you, you need to explain to the PI uh, how good it's gonna be if he hire me and what's gonna be my contributions in his lab. And in Brazil, we have some, like the government has some scholarships for that. So it's not easier, but
Different.
it's different because it's more for about your resume. If you publish a lot, probably you're gonna have a position.
Okay.
Here, I feel that they having come your personality and your how you wanna if you want to continue in this position or if you want to be a professor, if you want to go to industry, I guess they want to fit your science background with your personal background.
Oh wow. Which one do you like more?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I I know a lot of good researchers that they don't publish too much
Yeah.
and they can make amazing jobs and amazing create a lot of data and sometimes they are not fitted to strictly see.
Right. Yeah.
That's why I prefer the and I believe that me as postdoc here, I am they allow me to think more. In
Okay.
Brazil, you are more like you have to do that, analyze this data or go to the field and it's
So it sounds like, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like in Brazil, if you do a postdoc, it's just like I would say like an extension of your PhD because if someone is telling you exactly what you need to do,
yeah.
you don't have that room for your own ideas and like Yeah, I don't know. Like,
It's
did you do like a postdoc in Brazil before you came
yeah,
here?
I did 3 postdocs in Brazil. Yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
goodness.
Wow.
yeah. It's because to be a professor in Brazil, you have to make they have to open the position for a professor, and you have 3 steps. The first one is the writing test, the oral test, and the CV, and you have to present some
What do you mean by test?
Yeah,
tests,
you definitely go through a check.
Like
tests.
tests that the government give it to you, the
The
university give it?
university, yeah, you have
The
to.
written exam.
Yeah,
Like,
for example, if I'm applying for a plant pathology position in Brazil,
Okay.
they will give me like 10 topics.
Mhm.
I need to create or study. But these 10 topics, the topics are very long, like fungi, biology, something like that. And you have a day, and they like write on one topic, and you
they
have
think like they have like a raffle?
yes, yes,
Raffle, right?
yes,
Yeah.
exactly that.
Yeah, okay.
And they
Okay.
took one and say, oh, the topic is fungal biology. Write everything that you.
Oh my
And
goodness.
the one that write better is
Is that written in Portuguese or
in
English?
Portuguese.
Okay,
Portuguese.
okay. And
And
then if you pass, you go and do the
to the second
which is
step, that is the oral presentation. You have to present a class.
Yeah. So we have the oral presentation part, but we don't have any
Yeah.
type of
Yeah, it's
exam.
crazy because
But is that for the postdoc or just for the new faculty?
Yeah, so for the postdocs, I don't even think we have the postdoc.
oh no, this is a
This is
professor.
for
Oh,
in Brazil.
professor.
Yeah,
Ah, okay,
yeah.
okay, professor. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, for professor, we have the seminar, right? We call it like
Yeah,
seminar.
seminar.
But pretty much here they talk about their research.
their own research,
Yeah.
and then they, like grad students can talk to them and get a feel for how they are.
Yeah.
I think that's the only really. They do interviews as well. I'm sure.
I think that they meet next to me. They meet individually with other faculty.
Yeah.
I know they do that, and of course with the grad student. But that's all I know.
Yeah, I've never heard of a written exam.
Yeah, for professors in Brazil, it's like a marathon. It's like 1 week,
Yeah.
and you have to go through all these steps, and they give you some breads, and the one that have more bread is the new professor. But like the last one that I did in Brazil, we had like 90 people with
Line?
PhD line.
Oh.
So it's
Yeah.
very
That
difficult.
is
Very
very-
competitive.
It's very competitive, and we have a dark side in our government that our former president he he almost finished all the positions of the consultant. So
That's dangerous.
yeah, when I
Yeah.
finished my PhD, he's almost started the as a president. So I took all his mandate without any positions open.
Yeah.
That's
So
why
that's why you
I
were
had
doing
to work
postdoc.
in
Yeah.
Wow.
and in Brazil it's not all the departments and all the labs, but it seems to be it's a way to study for these tests
Mhm.
to become a professor. It's not to
So,
learn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you were saying that you work with phylogenetic.
Yeah.
And also with genomics.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So how will you explain this to someone who is not into that? So what exactly you do in a like let's say that you wanna talk to my brother who is in economy. How will you
Yeah.
explain that?
Yeah.
When I was in Brazil, I teach a lot phylogeny, and I would like to compare phylogeny as a puzzle. So we have a puzzle, and we have some pieces, but we don't have any. Not all the pieces.
Okay.
And we're gonna try to put these pieces, and based on what we have, we can tell this history about what we are seeing. So phylogeny is almost the same because we are talking about the relations, the evolutionary relationships of individuals, taxons, but we don't have all the steps. So for example, we are working with like 5 genes to create a phylogeny tree. But you have more genes, and we don't have the genes of the ancestors. So I guess what we are telling to when we create a phylogeny is the best history that we can tell based on the data that we have, like the pieces of the puzzle. Then if somebody just found another piece, and you realize that it's not a tail, it could be a thumb, and
Yeah.
it's not a horse, it's an elephant. So
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Okay, yeah.
I like
I'm
that.
imagining incredibly complicated looking pieces
yeah,
with an incredibly complicated picture
yeah,
that is revealed at the end.
yeah, it's
But that's really good. You should teach book of science.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
I love to watch like Nat Geo
Okay.
series, and
Great.
I always compare phylogeny or phylogenetic studies with them because sometimes they find like a vase like broken, and they just can tell the story about
Yeah.
just this piece of the vase. So that's how
That's really cool. Yeah. So this current position is for how many years?
uh should be 1 year,
Mm.
but now they renewed my contract for 2 more years.
Oh, that's really good. That's really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hope not to finish
Wait,
because I
what?
want to be a professor. And
Okay.
I need a like a permanent position, but yeah, I really
Once
like.
you got that safety, 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, so you have this amazing position that I can tell that you're very passionate because you're working with the person that you were following and you were trained. So that's actually pretty cool. So, okay, so you're working on your project as of right now, and you're also trying to find like a permanent position. So my question is like, how do you manage, keeping your daily work and also finding all these other positions that you want to apply?
This is a big challenge, even for mainly for me because I'm not the organizing this. I I just do the things.
You can't do a PhD and not be an organized person. And then
yeah,
you've
I
done
guess
what, 4 postdocs? So I
Yeah,
think
I think you're pretty
you're
good.
probably
Yeah.
there.
yeah, not too much, but
Yeah.
I cannot manage my time.
Well, maybe you have very
Yeah.
high expectations of yourself.
Mm,
Yeah,
probably. Yeah, I guess everybody.
we often do. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
think in
think.
academia definitely.
But something that helped me a lot, I was something that I was talking with my supervisor that I would like to manage more of my time because sometimes I spend like all my day coding and oh my god, I should was writing the proposal, I should writing the article and that things is gonna be snowball. And he told me like try to split your time and create a schedule. Of course, this seems to be very basic. And I try it, not work it, but I have, yeah, I don't remember. I can give to you later. Let me check the name of this. But I have a very nice app. There is this guy.
This is good. I use
Yeah.
like Google Calendar. My Google Calendar looks like
Yeah, never worked it for
atrocious.
me.
Yeah.
Let me see. It's structured. This is structured.
Oh, nice.
And you can manage your time, and they have like AI, and you can put like I need to do every day these things, and he can speak to you and manage your time.
Yeah.
It worked it really good with me because every time you receive a message, a notification, so you have to check your emails, you have to write the
Wow.
work with the call.
It's like your personal
author.
assistant.
Yeah,
Yeah,
literally.
yeah.
It seems like it.
And
I
Yeah.
it's
love that.
really, really good.
Yeah.
That's why it helped me a lot to, for example, create these statements for each position that I'm applying and
Right.
still working
Yeah.
with those.
Okay, so I have another question about the difference of being a postdoc in Brazil and also being a postdoc here. Do you think that the expectations from UPI are the same? Or how different are the expectations?
Um, I just have experience here with Vincent Doyle and John Richards, and I believe they expected me to act like a scientist. They want me to think and to not be um, just a guy that is writing papers for them and increase their T.
Yeah.
You know, in
Wow.
Brazil, I guess it's more often. You know, you are the postdoc and you have to deal with the papers and the grad students that are not writing it. So sometimes you have to work with them or write for them. So I, it's the main difference is that I know that uh, probably here we can have some labs that works like this, and in Brazil
Yeah.
probably we have labs that works like using the postdocs different in a different way and trying to make them more scientists than writers.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And I know that you finished your PhD probably a couple of years ago,
Yeah.
but what was your dissertation about when you were doing your PhD, if you remember?
Yeah, sure, sure. I guess it's something that we can never
Never
Forget
forget.
about it.
forget. Yeah,
Like
yeah,
so
yeah.
many years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
I worked with a disease that uh, appeared in all coastal of Brazil in a coconut with all like leaf blight. And when you saw the rockies and the leaves, you can see like the leaves like burning, like they are starting to dry from the tip to the rockies,
Okay.
and it decreased the productivity and all this stuff. But we have a big differences because in the southwest of Brazil, uh, if the producer, the farmers apply the chemical products to the fungicides,
Mhm.
that is not that.
Really?
They were resistant to the content.
We this is what we believe.
Okay.
And if you go to the northwest, the same fungi with the same host, people apply the disease control.
Wow. Okay.
And
How different is the temperature?
not
That's
too
what I
much.
was literally gonna
Like,
ask. I was
what about
literally gonna
the
ask you what's the environment look like?
Yeah.
Not too much.
Okay.
So in our yeah,
No, I'm sorry. I'm
yeah.
just like I have more questions about the coconut now. Like keep going. I'm sorry.
Our first hypothesis is different pathogen, maybe different
Yeah.
species. And we did after all the studies, all the phylogeny, and we realized we are the same.
Wow.
We could find other species colonizing and created the same symptoms and all this stuff, but in the two places.
Mm.
And we think to create a phylogeography style. So we try to map all the, the isolates that are in all the databases, all these species, and we try to understand if they are the, how the haplotypes are the relationship of them. And when we plotted that on the map, we have two types of hypotheses. One is Lasiotifloria theobrome is the name of the fungi. Theobrome is from cocoa.
Yeah, I went.
Yeah.
So yeah, the cacao is a topic.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And was described first in cocoa, and we believe probably it comes from the Andes with cacao and all these stuff, and come to the Amazon and yeah, establish it in the falls. So probably because coconut is not native in Brazil.
Okay.
That was going actually to be my next question. Like, do you have coconut farms there?
Yeah, yeah,
Mm.
too much.
Okay.
Yeah. And the other hypothesis is probably is when the coconut was introduced in Brazil, they probably bring the disease.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
So when we create the haplotype network, the first thing that we need to see is what is the ancestral haplotype. Should be the the one that we have more frequency of isolates and stuff. And we realize at the north of Brazil, so, or close to Amazon, we don't have this ancestry.
Oh, okay.
But we have this ancestral in all the coast. And probably the hypothesis that I uh, talk, talked about in my article was when the Portuguese started to come to Brazil and yeah, the colonizers when they come to Brazil and they bring the coconuts, probably they bring some coconuts inoculated or sick with symptoms.
But then we talk about how many years ago was that?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Lassa diplodia was reported like
Oh.
close. We have reports like 16,000.
Wow.
Yeah, that's been done. Okay,
So probably we have this, and we have the same in Africa. Is this is the same pattern of isolates that we have, and we have the isolates in the southwest and the northwest, but they have a different, a distinct frequency. So the populate the isolates are the same species, but the frequency of the populations are different. So we have different types of isolates that are more adapted to the northwest, the southwest.
Okay, yeah.
That's to be the reason that the chemical control is not good.
Do you know if in the lab that you did your PhD, are they still doing research on this topic?
Unfortunately not.
No.
No, yeah.
That's good.
Because when I finished my master, I told my advisor, I don't want to go to the field anymore. I don't like
What
it.
did you go?
It's not something that I really like. It was hard to me to go to the field and count the leaves of papaya.
Yeah.
It's something that
Yeah,
was
you
not
know,
really.
that's not your thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And I
get it.
really
Like the-
like it to stay in the lab and work with data. I told him,
Understand.
and told him I want to work with biology. And he told, okay, you can, but I don't have idea. And you can start from the zero, learn what you have to do, and I can support just with the money. So that's why I started the this this line of research, but nobody in the lab
And
wants
how
to.
did you become interested in phylogenetic?
I did a course when I was finishing my master, and I
Love it.
So how did you incorporate that with nobody really in your lab that knew how to do this, and especially with PI who had no idea? How did you like get to that point that you were comfortable writing an entire research article? Because it's usually that article.
I guess my best skill is communication. So, and I had very good friends and very collaborators that I went to the, for example, we don't have like uh, thermocycles in our lab. So I never did a PCR. So, and I have to do a PCR and sequence everything and what I'm doing.
Okay.
So I have, I guess, three very important person in his journey was uh, Fernanda. She was a postdoc in another lab.
She says
Yeah, yeah. She was a postdoc in another lab. She works a lot with molecular biology. She knows everything about PCR and sequencing and all the DNA extractions. And I learned everything with her. Uh, Danilo Pinho, today he is a professor in Brazil. He he was the one that I did the first course on phylogeny. He was a very good biologist. And a professor from biology. Her name is Carla Yotopo, and she was the one that teach me what is phylogeny in city. I learned how to create phylogeny with my hands, doing all
yeah.
yeah,
Wow.
and I guess with them with their help, I could like and you have to read
Right.
and ask. And don't be shy to ask dumb question.
Yeah.
Because was starting from the zero, so I should to ask questions that in the class everybody knows, but I don't have to do it.
Yeah.
Don't need to talk.
So, in your personal experience, or in your personal opinion, if someone wants to be in academia, wants to be a professor, do you think that there is a specific amount of publications that a PhD student must have before graduation?
Yes. At least I guess.
I have zero. I don't know.
The same. Yeah. I'm at the same though. As of now.
Yeah,
Maybe soon.
Because I believe as a scientist, you need to not generate data, but you need to share this data with the scientific community.
Yeah.
So, it's a good idea to have at least one chapter of your dissertation published. And I guess it's a good way to evaluate a candidate for a postdoc.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy writes very well.
And as a postdoc, let's say that you get a postdoc position for 2 years. Do you think that how many articles can you publish as a postdoc in 2 years? Like you're not doing field work, you're not mentoring students, your only project is to work with the data set that they have at the lab.
I believe depends of the role.
Yeah, I can
Depends,
idea.
yeah, depends the role. I work it in some labs that I publish like 4 or 5 articles in 1 year.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But and in some labs we spend like 1 year to get the data, and yeah, you need to understand uh, how long you have to get this data, and the other thing is how the expectations of this publication paper should be like. Are you going to publish in Nature or in a other journal that is less impact?
Do you remember the feeling when you published your first article?
Yes.
How do you feel? Can you take us back to that day?
Yeah. I was an undergrad student.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And the process was completely different than this right now, because I'm an old guy. So in this type, we need to send the printed version and a CD to the journal.
CD?
Yeah, CD like
Yeah, I think I want a
complexities.
CD. I know what a CD is.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
why
yeah.
did you send it? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
and he says like, is he 50 or 80?
Yes, yeah.
No.
This was in Brazil, right?
This was in Brazil. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. And we have emails. Okay. I'm not too old. Yeah, I'm not too old, but we have to send them. I don't know why.
Okay.
I guess for registers. I don't know. And we have to wait long time to the response. And I remember when I saw the paper, because they send us the proof to see everything is right. It's your name is correctly spelled it. And yeah, I remember that I want to. Okay, I was a undergrad student. I don't have too much money, so I have to eat a good snack to celebrate.
Oh,
Yeah, that was.
What was your good snack?
We have something in Brazil that we call joelho.
Okay.
Joelho is meat.
Yeah, what about the
Okay.
Yeah, it's like it's a mass, and you put like cheese and ham, and you roll the mass, and you put. It looks like a pizza,
Like a croissant?
like a
Like a-
croissant,
No,
What are those
called
called?
here?
Calzones.
There we go.
like a
like a
calzone.
calzone.
Yeah,
Have you been to
yeah.
this place that they sell calzone
I haven't.
here
I-
on Wednesday?
The
It's
drive
like,
through.
no, I don't know what it's called,
I love
but
those.
on Wednesday it's like half. They have like that beef, and it's so good.
We should go.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
You should go,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So you can remember
Yeah.
your first.
I love.
No, that's a good
Okay.
snack. That's
Yeah,
cool. That's
really good. And the nice thing is we call it joelho
Okay.
because
Knee.
knee because we have a very other thing like coxinha.
Okay.
That's a very, how would say, salgadinho. I don't know, like
Coxinha é como pastelito, like a
Uh-huh.
little, like a little cupcake.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
you know the cupcake goes
But
like
it's
this,
salted.
and this one goes like this.
yeah,
I
and you
don't know.
fry
Okay.
Yeah, and it's fried.
Okay.
and
It's
you
really good.
yeah
That sounds
and
amazing.
you stuff it with chicken and
Mm.
catupiry that we have.
Okay.
But coxinha, it seems to be here, this leg.
Okay.
So when
Wait,
you
what?
What do you mean? Oh, it looks like a leg.
no, it looks like the leg of the chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like a
yeah.
turkey leg.
Yeah, turkey
Or
leg.
like
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got it.
But when you went to like a bar in Brazil, the coxinha was here, and this other snack was
Oh.
here.
So,
So
it looks
it's
like a knee.
yeah,
That's
it's
good.
under the leg. No? That's why we call it the
Okay,
knee.
that makes sense. Okay.
That's
good.
awesome, man. That's
Yeah.
cool, Lord.
Okay, so what about the latest publication that you have? Yeah, it was here or it was
Mm,
still in Brazil? And
yeah.
how did you celebrate this time? When you
Uh,
have the
yeah.
the money.
Yeah.
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 My last one was we, I worked in my second postdoc. We worked in with a species that is threatened of extinction in Brazil. It's almost sister of the acai.
Okay.
Can you say alcohol?
I have, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. No, I haven't in South Point.
Okay.
Yeah.
You should try in Brazil.
Okay. Nice.
In Pará.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
Rio is
I'm
is
going
really good. Yeah, you're gonna look.
Yeah.
And you,
Can
it's
I
completely
can I
different.
drink that?
I guess.
Okay,
I
I'll
guess.
bring I'll bring it for you.
Bring it
It's
for me?
Yeah.
perfect. And we mapped it and we created all the evolutionary history about this species between acai. So we worked with to try to
One love.
we try to map and understand the differences from acai and this one because we call it chisara.
Okay.
It looks like acai, and people used to mix them to sell the acai.
Mhm.
And we create a barcode and to differentiate the products. So if you are we use like ice creams and popsicles, and we extract the DNA from that, and we
Ice
I
cream.
to do that.
Okay, yeah.
and
That's the
and now the authorities can use our barcode to see, oh, this is really acai, and this guy is using a treatment species, and
okay.
we can apply some fees and all this stuff.
Okay, nice.
This was the last one.
So how do you celebrate?
Oh, beer.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
Okay.
a good
Okay.
idea. Yeah.
Yeah. So you mentioned before that you are looking for a physician. When did you realize I want to be a food tech? I want to do this for a living. I don't want to go to industry. Like, woo.
I guess since I remember myself, I always wanted to be a professor and a scientist.
What do you think academia is going to give you that industry is not going to?
I guess the freedom to work with anything that I want.
Can you see yourself going back to Brazil, or would you like to stay here and find a position here, and maybe to stay here and do some collaboration with your previous universities or previous PI?
Yeah, probably I would love to stay here as a professor because here you have more facilities to do science, and I would love to bring and give opportunities not only for Brazilian students, but students around the world to come here and to to see how the science get done here. I don't want to be only a scientist. I want to be the person that is uh, creating, not, I don't think create is the best word, but creating the new generation of good science.
I think that we asked this question to Rohit last week, and if you can describe your research in 5 words, what would you say?
I think it's a really good one. We should keep it.
Yeah, let's keep it.
from now on.
I need to zoom mine too on yours.
Yeah, I don't want to. That's the thing. It's hard.
Yeah. But probably I would say
Welcome.
fungi,
Then
evolution, bioinformatics, genetic populations. Yeah.
Right? I like it.
I like.
Are you ready for some Reddit? Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
ready for Reddit. It's just one love.
Now everybody knows. So. Yeah, Siri was going off when you were speaking, and I tried to get her to shut up, and that's what I was doing.
Siri wants to be a host too.
I know. Should give it to her. What if AI? What if AI took that job? They were the host.
Oh yeah. She better have an accent.
Yeah, seriously. She's gonna impersonate you at the end.
Okay.
Okay, so this is a Reddit story that we're going to read and then react to. This is on r/postdoc. So we usually do r/PhD one time. That's what I know that. This is from Accomplished Yak 2546, and it's Am I reading too much into this? Okay. I'm a few months into my new postdoc position. For context, I applied to this role, and objectively, I'd say I'm a relatively solid candidate. I have multiple publications, presentations, and awards. During my recruitment, my PI seemed enthusiastic about me joining, and since joining, they have been supportive, though they are very hands-off. However, something about the way I was recruited compared to a new postdoc recently brought on board has left me feeling a bit bothered. When I was recruited, things were fairly straightforward. I gave a quick presentation to the lab, met a few members, and drove in from the state over for my visit. That was it. No major fanfare or extras. I didn't mind at the time. I was excited to just join and dive into it. Now I'm seeing how much effort went into recruiting this new postdoc, and it's hard not to feel a little overlooked. Multiple lab members were involved, as well as the PIs from from the department. The new postdoc is also being welcomed with group lunches and dinners, as well as private transportation. I can't help but compare this experience and wonder, was I just recruited to fill a position quickly, or am I reading too much into this? I'm self-motivated and focused on my work, but this disparity has been weighing on me. It's not that I expect special treatment because my PI has been good to me otherwise, but the difference in how we were brought in makes me feel less valued. Has anyone been in this similar situation, and how do I shake off this feeling?
I started.
Yeah. First thought.
Yeah, I guess seems like what all scientists have is the imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
Sometimes, but I learned something really special here in the US, that you cannot mix your personal expectations with your professional expectations. So I don't think if you are receiving lunches and other stuff, it's means that you are this guy is better than you. Sometimes this guy is just more open to to talk with people, to learn with them, and sometimes you are more closed person, and it not means that he is better scientist than the person who is complaining about that. I don't know.
Yeah, there's also just like different dynamics between people. Like you said, that this person might be a little bit more reserved, so they're not going out to Wednesdays, whereas the new postdoc might be like, oh, let's go out here, or the PI, and the PI just might have more time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like maybe it's. I know they asked, like, was I just gonna fill a position quickly? And it's like, no, it could have been that they wanted the position and you were an amazing candidate. It's just the PI had like 12 different deadlines within the week, right? So it does. I can understand how they would feel kind of bad.
Yeah. I mean, this doctor himself is a doctor. Doctor, you're saying that you are very focused in your own stuff. It doesn't seem like that to me. I think that it seems
Yeah.
to me that you're focusing in this other doctor.
Yeah.
Like, you don't really know, like, we don't know if this position is done for the same lab. We don't know if what type of research the other professor is doing.
Yeah.
We don't know if this is a position with multiple professors in different labs. We
Yeah.
don't know a lot about this position. So it's kind of sad to me to know that there is a doctor that is somehow, if you feel comparing with other doctors. Like, I thought that we were supposed to be done with that during masters. So
It's
now
good.
we're doing that as a PhD, and now I'm learning that they're still doing it as a postdoc.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that also many things can change in the department. We don't know if they change like the head of the department. We don't know if we don't know the money that the department has. We don't know many things that maybe that's why it's a little bit different.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And I guess I experienced something like this in my last postdoc. And sometimes, for example, if you are in a lab, like everybody works with pathology, and you just want to hire a bioinformatic, it seems that everybody wants to get more close to this guy because they need this guy to
Yeah.
get the data analysis and all stuff. And I remember when I arrived to this position in Brazil, my supervisor gave to me office, and the other postdocs they share the lab. They don't have like.
So you were his
I was yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I was the guy that they don't give me lunch. They don't give me lunch.
They gave you an offer.
Yeah.
They gave you.
But it's because the server was in that room, so it was very loud. I should have used headphones all the time.
Yeah.
But I realized that the other postdoc was complaining. Oh, why do you have an office? And I went.
Okay.
And they
So
were
this actually
amazing.
happened.
Yes.
Did
yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
this does
it's-
actually happen.
Yeah, this is
And you
very
were on the
common.
other side. That's fine. Well, I've been told, this is a little off topic, but I've been told that there are professors that get two postdocs. They sit them right next to each other and they say, do the same exact amount.
No, stop.
For sure. In some of, the bigger labs, I don't actually know. This wasn't actually told to me, but that is apparently something that does happen. And so sometimes if you're in a I would call that toxic personally.
Yeah,
if you're in a toxic environment like that, like competition is encouraged. Like if you see somebody getting better treatment, oh, that means that you need to do more and you need to do that. Yeah. Hopefully this person is not in that situation. Where they're actually like being like kind of forced to do more work. I don't think that is probably what's happening, but I wouldn't be surprised if there was like some type of manipulation.
So okay, let's say that in 5 months from now, you will have your lab, Dr. Santos lab.
Yeah.
What are you going to be looking for in a PhD student? Give me 3 qualities that you must be looking for in a PhD student to join the lab, and 3 qualities for a postdoc to join the lab.
I guess for a PhD student, I guess this is something that I always looking for is the curiosity. The way that he can deal with how do you, like the way that he can deal with the problems that can appear all the time.
Problem solving skills.
Yeah.
Yes, and probably that this person is honest with you. So like I cannot read or I cannot write. I'm blocked. So let's try a way to manage that.
Like
Don't pretend to I'm writing and like 10 days before
I have nothing.
yeah.
It makes really sense to me, like, because you said at the beginning that you are one of your best qualities is that you are a really good in communication.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I can see you expecting the same from the student.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's great. What about postdocs?
The postdocs, I don't think I'm just expecting a person that can work with more uh, by themselves, like
Yeah.
and like like um they are expecting this for me. Like he can bring me news on new looks for my research. Right? Did you thinking about this type of this topic about your research? What about to create this experiment? So it's something that I would love to have, and someone that can that wants to write, really write, like not only papers but his statements, and want to work with me with the proposals and learn how to create the proposals and prepare him to the professor
Yeah.
jobs.
Yeah. That's yeah. You sound like an amazing PI for just getting people to be good scientists, researchers, and getting people ready to have a job.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So we are about to end. Is there anything that you want to share to any student, PhD student who is about to be done with their PhD in Brazil or in any in Brazil, and they want to come to the US? Is there something that you wish you knew before you came to the US?
To resume everything, you have to increase your ability to write. I remember when I finished my PhD, I wrote 20 proposals in like 2 months and spread. So, and that's why I got the positions and up here. So try to increase your don't wait till the last 2 months of PhD or your master to learn to write because it's not a gift. You need to practice like gym. You have to do every day at least a little bit. How much you practice, better you learn.
Yeah. That's really cool. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Santos. This was awesome.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Stay tuned for next time, and yeah, have a good one.
Bye.
Yeah.